it's my pleasure to talk to Daniela Abreu, who is a choreographer from Spain, and we will present at the festival his solo, which in English is translated "The Sun." And we all have parents, and I think it is a special tie to our parents. And this solo for me is very complex work. I really like all the particles which are, you know, like dance and light and costumes, many accessories. So I think it's a solo. I don't know how long have you created this solo, and what was behind why you decided to talk about your parents, or I mean maybe it's about the father and the son. So we'll see. Let's tell us something about it.
First of all, I am happy to talk to you about many things, but about this work. This is a very special solo for me. It was created in 2020, so I had a lot of time to think during the lockdown. I know for everybody it was different experience, but for me it was very special because I remember I was sitting here on this chair, imagining many things about how to translate ideas that I catch from psychology. I study psychology, and in the last year, in that period, I studied a master in systemic therapy.
Wow.
It was very important for me because the last pieces that I create were based in ideas that I take from these theories, you know. So I create something about the ancients. I also about about a couple, about their love, about many things. And then I had this question: what happened with the future? And because we know a lot about the past, but what happened about the future? So I tried to put on a stage. It was really hard because it was very difficult to find a way to put some ideas that I had about the future, about the sun, about the new things, the new people, the new. It's like a metaphor about this thing. So for me, it was very important the light, because with the light I could translate some images that I have in my mind. I think this is the most important part of the process, but also the body. I also start with the body. I try to put my body in a new, different way to express, to move.
And it's really interesting because, I mean, the light is really great, and it's interesting that you did it yourself. So you are also, you like to be a light designer, or how comes that because the light is an essential part of the solo, so it was a part of the creation?
For me, it's very important when I'm creating a piece to think about the light, to think about the stage, the costume. So I have many things in my mind. For El Hijo, the Hijo is the Spanish for the sun. I talked to a lighting designer who worked with me many times, but when he arrived to the rehearsal, I had very clear what I wanted. So we did what I had in my mind, because it was very clear for me how to do it, how to express what I was telling with my body, with this empty space, because there's nothing, but at the same time there's a lot of things.
And also in the piece, there are many props. You use really a lot of props. So, and you use them. How and why you use these props? How comes that? Are there some symbols for you, and they are important part of the story, or it's a connection to the nature, which is very important for you? What these props are there for you?
In all my pieces, the connection with the nature, it's natural. I was born in Canary Island, in nature. So it's very important. I all the time I use wood on a stage, different kind of wood tables and many things. So here there are two pieces. This wasn't the first idea, because at the very beginning I remember I was to be hanging from the bars, from the pipes. But I talked to one of the technical director of my company, and he told me, Daniel, it's gonna be very complicated. So okay, so because I wanted to give an image about the birth,
Yeah.
something limp, something floating there. And I remember I was in the studio in Teatros del Canal, and they were two pieces of wood that I brought to this studio 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But they were still there. So I took them and I started to play with them. And it was very interesting for me how, doing nothing at the same time, I was telling a lot about the first son, about the Jesus Christ, for example, because but there, I don't know how to say it in English, but there is an expression in Spanish that we say, de tal palo, tal astilla. It means that you are like your parents.
Okay.
So for me, it was very interesting to work with that. Also with, I had the idea it has to be an animal here. I don't know why. And I decided to put this deer. It's bigger than what I imagined, but well, I didn't create it. But I need to put an animal there as a symbol of many things. Also, the costume, as you said before, is very important. This figure that appear in the very beginning is like the image of the ancients that give us the treasures, or give us the knowledge to live in peace, at least. No.
Great. And the music is a collage, so it's not the music which is created for the piece, but you use the music which already exists and you put it in a collage. So what was your process? How you think about the music? What was important?
The music for me is the same. I work in the same way, like the light. So there are some things that I compose with the computer. I'm not a composer, I'm not a musician, but well, I have, because we are a dancer, so we work with many. And the music comes easily in somehow. It was easy because I was listening a lot of music, and then I decided to put some of them. There are lyrics in some of them, but I try to put some noise in between to don't give any meanings to anything. They are open. It could be many things, except the last piece of the music, that it's a poem to the death. For me, it was very important because the future is that thing too, not in a pessimist way. It's because it's going to happen. This is our future. But before, we have many things to enjoy.
Yes, and because it's always difficult when you create the piece and you also dance the piece. So did you have any outer eye who cooperated with you, who was watching you, and these dramaturg people around? Because I think it's important. Or how was the process when you create the solo, which you also dance? So it's really not easy, I guess, because you need to have some feedback. Or who was this feedback for you for this solo?
I invited one of my friends to see me dancing only, not with the dramaturg. It was more to see how, because for me there was a change dancing in the way of dancing of this piece compared to others. So I invite two friends to show her, I'm doing this thing. Do you think it has sense? How do you feel it? And she helped me a lot. This is Janet Novas. She's also an actress, and she gave me a big support to going on. It was very interesting in that way. But the rest, because I used to do it, the rest of the war, it was alone, almost alone.
You know, and I was kind of following scene in Spain, and of course you are great dancers, and I just realized that the dancers in Spain are really very good dancers. Do you have a good dance education, or how comes that they are so really physical, very well prepared, and so many in Spain? And as far as I know, also many dancers from Spain are members of different European very well-known companies. So how comes that in Spain are so good dancers coming out from?
I don't know, but it's true. There are many good dancers around the world. And I think there are good schools here, but they are not too much. I think there's something more natural for us. I was born in Canary Island, and there are not many schools. There are a few of them, but the people dance. If you go to the carnival, during the carnival, and you see the people dancing, you can say, wow, I admire how people dance even without taking class, because there's something in their bodies. I don't know, it's because maybe it's the weather, because I see the same in Brazil. People dance is amazing. Maybe it's because I don't know, the weather.
And you run your company from 2004, and do you have like company which is some dancers who are a longer time dancing with you, or how the company is? How do you run the company?
I work for projects, but there are many dancers that they are, some of them from 2008, they are still working with me. So it depends. Sometimes I need to work alone. For example, El Hijo, I needed to work alone, anyone around me. And I try to work with the same people, but we change.
Yeah, good. So, and company is very well established. So what's your next project you are preparing?
I'm preparing a new solo duet. I'm not sure yet, but it's more, I think it's going to be more a duet, but now I'm working alone in the studio. And it's something that the title is Es aquí. It means is here. It's here. And it's about the space, about to have a place in this planet. I don't know why I'm worried about that, but I see more and more the social and the political and many things are more fighting because of the space. And I have also this necessity inside to express that. As always, I'm going to do it from the psychological way.
Yeah, good. And situation now in general in Europe is not very favorite to culture. I have this feeling. So what about the Spain? How is the support for dance there from your point of view? Because we are well-established artists there. So is it still fight, or is it easier when you have something behind? You prove that you are the artist which is creating something which has value.
There are great artists, I think, in Europe. I can talk about Spain because I live here in Spain. There are greatest artists, but we have to do many things to keep going on. I think it's not easier. And the last year, there are more people doing very interesting things, young people, but also people with more experience. And I don't understand why these things became a competition. Not because we are in a competition, it's because the situation it's not established for anyone.
Yeah, okay. We have to compete for our place on earth. Okay, Daniel, it was very nice to talk to you, and I am really looking forward to see you in Bratislava and your solo, which is very, very interesting. And yeah, and see you then. See you later.
Thank you for this talk, and I can hardly wait there.
Yeah, so see you in October. Ciao.
Ciao.